Hello, hello, and welcome to this episode of Transylvania Beckons. Thank you guys so much for being here. We're gonna go ahead, go around, introduce ourselves again before I do a quick recap, and we get right on to business. We'll actually start with me again this week because I feel bad. Started like making someone else start. Uh, I'm Avery. I will be your storyteller this evening for this group of cantankerous canines. And we'll go ahead and shift on over to the Azure Butterfly.
Hello, everybody. I'm the Azure Butterfly, or Azure for short, or simply Rachel, and today I am playing Prince Juliana Volstadt, aka Jill the Gangrel.
Hello, yes, the prodigal Malkavian has returned. I'm Huddy or huddyvonschland, and tonight I'm playing Sister Gisela von Heidenheim, whose name I just forgot for a whole second, the Malkavian, as previously stated.
Hello, I'm Luna, or Druid by Night, and today, I will be playing Prince Rosalind, the Tremere.
Hello, I'm as I was on the social medias because I think I'm funny. And today I will be playing Jack, the Gangrel, Lost Prince of Sigisera, or as I was informed, the Prince of Our Hearts. Yeah.
And as a short recap, our last session, Prince Rosalind of Alba Iulia received a visitor that they had not received in many, many long years. The Master Mason and Nosferatu extraordinaire, Zelios. Zelios asking that Rosalind bring their old coterie together as he had a bit of... he had something that he had been working on that he only entrusted to this group. So, after sending out some invitations, most of the coterie was brought to the city of Alba Iulia, where a letter explaining Prince Gisela's tardiness? Let's say tardiness, was explained, as she had been in the grips of visions for some time, penned by her child and husband, Aldous, now also of Clan Malkavian. With that, Prince Juliana Volstadt and Prince Jack managed to make their way to Alba Iulia, where some expose has occurred that Zelios, on a recent trip to Egypt, has found a crystalline map overlay detailing the ley lines across Europe. And that unconsciously, he has been making runes in the bases of all of these fortifications that he has built across both Transylvania and Europe in general, as a sort of geomantic web that is snaring the creatures and spirits of the land that would seek to upheave it into some sort of chaos. One of those, as it has been brought forth in this book that Zelios has brought forward. This book that I failed to mention is one of the books from your library, Rosalind.
Oh?
It is the Liberum Terram, the Book of the Land. Reveals that there is a demon asleep beneath the earth of Transylvania, the demon Cupola, which is responsible for these horrible changes in the weather, these landslides, avalanches, earthquakes that have been making the husbandry of the land for the peasants in all of your domains very difficult. He pointed out one of the places that he needs you all to go for him is the fortress of Vintila Basarab, who we met in a previous session with his grandson and granddaughter, Dragomir and Sharazina. That is rather near to Rosalind's domain of Alba Iulia, just two days by cavalcade But during that conversation, Rosalind received a messenger. And a letter delivered by the face of, but not the actual, Mika Vikos. This letter calling in on Rosalind's favor that she owed to Mika. That they would escort an associate of his that was being brought to Semisera, to Seorsis. And in doing so, would relieve Rosalind's debt to Mika. There was some uncomfortable talk about trust in the small camarilla off of the main chamber of Rosalind's reception room between Zelios, Jill, and Jack, where some conversations about working with lupines and where some conversations about general integrity of trust occurred. Once Rosalind returned, they agreed that they would go with Zelios on his journey to this weird unknown spot where there's currently definitely not a building that Rosalind identified as one of the points in the geomantic web that he had not marked as where the Tower of Seorsis currently resides. And so that they would go with Zelios for a short amount of time to make sure he was well upon his way. That being said, once they all departed from that camarilla with Zelios, Dominic was unable to keep old Havnor away for too long, as the Malkavian known as Havnor had come to visit, and gave yet again another of his speeches detailing that he had illuminated the signs for these kindred, and yet they had done nothing. The signs were already coming to occur: the loss of a holy land, the downfall of a great magus, etc., etc. Before he seized so hard it broke his spine. And that is when the group finally met the Malkavian known as Octavio. When he finally came to and did his best to really just recollect where he was. His old friend and Rosalind's Bruja Primogen, the ancient Bruja Dominic, consoled his friend, and the two of them absconded together, trying to get Octavio some sort of understanding of what time he was living in. With that, the Coterie dispersed to their private chambers, where letters were written, audiences with both sires and seneschals were had, and in Rosalind's communication with the kindred sire ritual, Celestine revealed that the asset that is going to be transported for Mika Vikos is none other than the betrayer Goratrix. I believe that is where we left off. So let's go ahead and tell a vampire story. As I said last time, with that outro of the black-gloved hand with the white cross on the back of the glove. Of course, no one saw that. These are the affairs of mortals. These things occur during the day. Never something we have the luxury of seeing as the undead. But as the sun begins to drift behind the Carpathians, that pale facsimile of life inhabits all of your forms again. There are things to be done, kindred of Transylvania. What will you do?
I feel like Rosalind's got to get the people ready to depart and make someone in charge.
So, as you begin your princely duties of assembling your cavalcade and assembling your retinue, who is Rosalind putting in charge while she's away?
Well, don't people usually put their seneschal in charge? That's Luna asking. Yes.
Most of the time, yeah.
Yeah, she'll put Anna Isabel in charge, with asking Dominic to keep a close eye on things, as he does.
As he always does. With all of that assembled, how large of a retinue are you gathering?
Well, if we're gonna be on the road, she thinks we're gonna be on the road for a while.
It's about a 1-night travel to Tsumisura.
Right.
And then you're not from Tsumisura, if you do end up going all the way to Seahorses, that's about a week.
Okay.
Not bad.
That makes sense. So, not like huge, but substantial.
Okay.
Just in case.
Are you gathering like knights? Like what's the retinue look like in your mind?
Oh gosh, that's a good question.
Are you taking other kindred with you? Like, what's the vibe here?
Oh, the vibe would be she definitely would feel like we need some protection for the day sleep. I've never had to think about this before, so I'm having a hard time.
Would you like to invoke your common sense?
Yes, please.
The most powerful ability.
It's a really good one. It's really
good.
So with your common sense merit, I'll give you a few bits of information. The larger your retinue, the slower your travel will be.
Right.
However, there are really two schools of thought. It is that, yes, you do need mortals who can be out during your day sleep, or ghouls. But if shit hits the fan in a supernatural way, they're not as powerful as having kindred allies with you.
Right.
And then we can take kindred allies with us, as you do have several students at your chantry within Alba Iulia.
Oh, yeah.
And several other kindred as well. However, they can only help you at night, and not during your day sleep.
Yes. Okay. I think she'll take 2 students, like a handful of knights. I actually feel like we should keep this kind of low key, especially if we're going to Seahorses. If.
Are we allowed?
So, no, that's something I got to figure out on the road. That's crazy. Yeah. So, a couple of students, a handful of knights. Her blood doll, obviously, someone to feed on. I haven't thought about any ghouls she's made, which is my bad. Whoops.
Okay. We can work with that. A few knights, some students, the blood doll, and then whatever retinues Jack and Jill brought with them.
Oh
which is
yeah.
which is relatively little. I think Jill sent away the only person that she brought with her, and then
I
Well.
did.
Jack came by himself.
Well,
No, I brought my 2-dot retainer.
That's right.
He's in the
That's
city,
right.
though. I didn't bring him just in case something got sketchy. And then
Yeah,
realized I had no one to send letters, so I'm waiting for him to show up tonight.
Gotcha.
And
Wonderful.
my Marishka is currently en route back home.
Yes. So, you assemble your cavalcade. Everything there is good.
I do have one question.
Absolutely.
How many units of ritual components can I bring? Like how many
do you
uses?
How many do you want to bring?
As many as I can.
I would say, what rituals are you wanting to bring components for?
It would be great if I pulled up my notes sheet. Communicate with Sire. Wake with evening's freshness. Deflection of wind doom and shaft of belated wind sands. I can't pronounce that word.
Quiescence.
Quiescence. Thank you.
That sounds cool.
The shaft.
The shaft. Yes, there are bonuses to not completing an English major. I can pronounce words. So, I would say for all of those rituals, because really, for the majority of those rituals, like you need the bowl and the candles for your communicate with kindred sire. For wake with evening's freshness, you need some herbs and your blood. For shaft of belated quiescence, you need your blood and a stake, and the ritual knife. Those are all relatively low maintenance and small spatially speaking ingredients. So I would say you could probably bring up about 2 to 3 uses for each of them.
Okay, perfect.
Wonderful.
Thank
Jill,
you.
Yes.
as the night, as the dusk brings the facsimile of life to your body, what's your plan? What are you getting up to?
I mean, considering our plan was to leave as soon as the night hit, Jill is already up, getting her gear put back on, getting her bow and quiver ready. She almost woke up expecting Marishka to be there, forgetting that she had sent her away for a second the night before, and just, I guess, taking a second to kind of let everything everything kind of draw in from what happened, and what could potentially happen moving forward. Before just leaving her room, she's going to go into head towards the main area where we had met before.
Okay. Jack?
So Jack wakes up in his room. He's still got the letters clutched in his hands. So he's gonna wander until he finds one of Rosalind's people to see where, one, everyone is, and two, if someone could send word to the inn that's in town to get his ghoul.
As you approach this person, they nod. They're like, I believe that the receptionary chamber is where you are looking for. Oh, describe to me your ghoul. I will fetch him.
Well, I hope he spent some of the money on a bath. He'd been traveling for a while, but kind of shaggy hair, medium build. Name is Daxo.
The Daxo. Yeah. Okay. Yes, I will fetch your compatriot.
Appreciate it. Is the prince awake?
They are assembling a caravan.
Reception area. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Da. And he
What was your name? Just in case
not
someone's looking for you.
not important. Nobody looks for me. And he'll bow his head and head off.
Bad or shady? That's the question.
Yes.
So Jack's gonna head to the reception hall.
So you all gather in the reception hall. Rosalind, you end up there eventually as well.
Yes, I do. I will head over to meet Jack and Jill.
Actually, can I say that considering the time frame, would Jack and I have run into each other on our way to the reception hall?
I think the two of you would have had a little bit of time there before Rosalind got there.
Gotcha.
But as far as bumping into each other in the halls, probably not.
There's not a lot. I am so sorry. There's not a lot that Jill needed to say, but she does want to do something while there's not that many eyes on them, and she's just going to hug Jack. And she's going to say, I'm glad you're okay. And I hope you get to meet Scylla soon.
Jack just kind of wraps his arms around Jill. And when she says, I'm glad you're okay, there's that like self-depreciating like huff.
Just gonna squeeze those sides.
I hope to meet her as well.
You would like her. She reminds me of you in a way. The gruff determination.
That's what you think of me, gruff determination.
In a manner of words. Very stoic. She's gonna grin and kind of playfully punch your side.
When was all this? How long? I haven't been keeping track of time much.
When was it again that you disappeared? It was like 40 years.
Yeah, 40 years into being a prince. So it's been 60, 70...
Before you
70,
showed up the first time. Yeah.
70-ish.
76 years. We're gonna do math. 76 years. We're guessing. I don't know.
Not long after you missed our meeting at the manor. Yeah.
Are you happy?
You know me. I wouldn't commit to something if I wasn't sure about it.
Good.
Are you okay?
Kind of ruffle her hair.
She's gonna like that now it's her turn to huff a little bit and kind of just like pout as she gives like the Kubrick stare looking up. And she's just going to say, from what I overheard during the conversation yesterday, there's a lot you haven't told me as well.
Yes.
Why would you lie to me?
I didn't lie to you.
You kept me
I told
away.
you I'm doing things that I don't want you involved in. It's not because I don't... As the Grandmaster said, it's not that I don't trust you. Better if you're not involved.
I probably would have sent an army.
I did.
When there's time, please tell me everything and be honest.
think that's an appropriate time for Rosalind to enter.
Yes, I believe
You
so.
keep entering into the tense rooms, Rosalind. How does that make you feel?
Used to
Listen,
it.
Tremere are good at this.
Yeah, I'm used to it. It's fine. Good evening.
Rosalind.
Jill just straightens right back up and kind of like adjusts herself and turns to face Rosalind, and she's going to say, Prince Rosalind, and she's gonna bow her head a little bit.
Prince Jill, Prince Jack.
One of your men said you were getting caravans ready. Is there anything I can help you with?
Not at the moment. No, it's just gathering everybody. We'll be bringing 2 students as well
Students.
from the
And,
Chantry.
Did we let your guests know what's going on?
I'm sure Dominic. That's a good question, actually. It's a good question. Because I'm sure Dominic would have told Octavio, but, like, I don't want to just leave him hanging.
Dominic would have told you that Octavio woke before Dominic did and has absconded.
Oh, okay.
So mysterious.
Which Dominic would have definitely prefaced with, this is not even the 100th time this has happened in the time that they've known each other.
Makes sense.
Octavio likes to keep on the move.
Makes sense.
Question, and this is just a tech question because I keep seeing my camera or my Discord popping off. Is there any reverb happening on my end?
No.
Mm-mm.
No, you're good.
Discord's just being fucking weird. Heard.
Yep. Yeah, so Octavio absconded in the early hours of the night before Dominic awoke.
Octavio's no longer here. He left.
So the saga of disappearing continues.
As long as he doesn't appear in the road on our trip, I think it's fine.
It would make it for quite the adventure.
And the Mason?
I imagine that he's preparing as we speak.
Good. And Jack's gonna kind of hold up his letters. My ghoul, I sent to one of your men. I hope it's alright with you to go get my ghoul from town. I wasn't sure how long
That's
we would be
fine.
staying. So.
That's okay.
I've already sent my messenger away with a letter back home. So I should be all set on my part. It is now just me. How big of a group are we traveling with?
Not too big.
And I will say, from a mechanical standpoint, there's something I've been forgetting to do.
Mm-hmm.
You all lose 1 point of blood as you awaken.
Oh, Jack 3. I have to take 3 off Jack. Where'd my phone go? There it is.
Is it because of the having to fix yourself
Yes.
every morning?
Bye-bye,
So-
blood. Bye-bye.
And just as a reminder, Jill, you lost 3 points of blood at the end of last session as well.
Yes, because so that's 1, 2, 3. Total. Yes, because Marishka is now a full-blown ghoul.
Look at you go.
I'm doing vampire things.
Vampire shit.
That is where we currently reside.
Jill is going to look to Rosalind really quick, and she's going to say, do we have any provisions before we set out? Anything to sup on?
Good point. See, I don't have a herd, so I don't know what mortals to pull from.
I mean, it's only a 1-night ride to Tsumisara.
Right.
So if you're quick, if you're efficient, you can feed before the day sleep takes you there. As while Tsumisara is one of the 7 cities, the prince there, how do I want this, is absent at best. One of the big sort of political ramblings of the 7 cities right now is that the Prince of Tsumisura is having second thoughts. With the stirrings of what is being considered a rebellion of sorts occurring. Their allegiance to the rest of the 7 princes has been called into question in word but not action.
I
So-
feel like being the prince of a city, Jill, has made it so that you feel the need to overpack. It's one night.
I just wanted breakfast.
Then why not say that? Why are we making arrangements to feed more people? Okay.
She's just gonna stare at
Rosalind.
you.
Should we have breakfast before we go?
We should. I have my blood doll that I can feed from, who I will be bringing as well. I don't have a cultivated herd, unfortunately.
I should also add that to the things I was telling your seneschal.
You were talking to Anna Isabel.
Yes, you sent her to help me with that.
That's right.
He
That's
kinda waves
right.
the letters.
But
I didn't actually catch her name. She was very polite. What was that name again?
Anna
the
Isabel
player's notes?
Madrid.
Isabel
That is
Madrid.
quite the name.
Sure is. She's quite the woman.
That she is.
You were talking to her about
Seneschal.
a herd.
We're just talking business.
Interesting. Okay. Interesting.
And you were chiding me
letters
about
are very-
over-preparing.
Short.
What was that, Jack?
My letters were very short. So
Short and to the point.
I find it best to get to the point. Otherwise, it's just rambling, and then you're stuck in a courtroom with a million people talking about pleasantries when really they just want something. But I'm sure you know how that goes.
Yes. Quite.
One of your hand servants opens the door, Rosalind. The caravan is ready. You're right.
Perfect. Thank you. We'll be setting out shortly.
She nods and shuts the door behind her.
Before she goes, is the Master Mason ready?
There is a mason with the caravan? Yes.
That's all I needed.
She shuts the door.
Are we sure it's him? I know he likes to change faces.
That is an excellent question. If there's someone we don't recognize, then I'm sure can only assume.
We feel judgment pressing heavy upon us from the Mason. It's him.
Oh, yes, that did happen.
That was a joke. And he kind of says, Jack kind of says that to the room.
Well,
He's learned there's at least 3 Nos in a room at any point in time.
Well, Jill doesn't have any nos in her situation, so she's just gonna say he was quite direct with his mistrust of us.
Well,
Trust is earned.
it's hard to come by.
It is. Especially
Storyteller. I imagine I have, like, mortal servants, like, people who clean and stuff.
Absolutely.
And I'm sure they, like, know. They're in the know. Unless they're not.
About you?
Yeah.
Probably not.
Probably not. Okay, never mind. There goes that idea. Never mind. Y'all are gonna have to hunt. I'm sorry. I tried.
Wow, where's that hospitality?
I mean,
I
The
rolled
hospitality
poorly.
is The hospitality is her allowing you to feed in her city.
You know, that's fair.
Perfect. Jack's fine with having to hunt. But you might want to have some people clean up the Camarilla with the blood sigils everywhere.
Oh, yeah, that's fair.
Zelios cleaned it up.
Oh, what a gentleman.
Yeah,
Do you have any?
good boy.
Jill is just going to say, do you have any prisoners or despicable people?
Despicable people.
Despicable people.
She learned a few big words, and she's kind of happy.
That's
about
on the. That's going on the T-shirt. Let's get it in the merch department. Like,
You have any despicable people? Jack's just gonna look down at Jill, just like, what kind of fucking.
She's gonna give you a tiny
We
grin.
have standards now.
There are prisoners, yes, just not here.
Fascinating.
So, unfortunately, no, I don't have a herd, but you are allowed to hunt in my city.
Is there anyone in particular you would like us to stay away from?
Well, my Nosferatu Primogen gets prickly if you target the impoverished.
That's not
There
going to
we
be
have
an
it.
issue from us.
Other than that?
Perfect. Okay.
In that case,
I will
where do
head out.
your
Take
nobility
care of
stay? Where do the aristocrats? Where's the blue bloods?
that
Maybe
means
we
two
don't use
things.
that term. Maybe we don't hunt in adventurous territory. They get what was the word that correctly used? Persnickety.
Jill's just
Well,
gonna
not all the words
nod
there.
at Jack, like giving that mental high five to Daddy Arnulf told us to learn and survive, and we have.
We were coddled. We were. It's fine.
Yes. So coddled. Did Jack actually mention Venture?
Yeah, if she said blue blood, absolutely.
Oh, there are no Venture here. In the city.
Is that a term I should know about the Ventru?
Blue blood.
Oh,
What they refer to themselves as.
I just
Yes.
meant people who are more than well off.
I mean, yes, there are those with more wealth than others in this part of town.
Who's part of town? Alright, I'm going to go hunt. Jill, you want to come, or are you going to do your own thing?
She was originally going to do her own thing, and she's kind of like, it's been a while, so why don't I hunt with you tonight then? It's been some time.
It does.
You can show me what you've learned hiding and sneaking around.
Not so much.
She's just
With
kinda-
all of that
Right.
in mind, I need to know two things. Are you hunting stealthily, or are we bum rushing in alleys?
all of the above. I'm kidding.
Given that it is our coterie mate city,
Mhm.
we're going to be polite about it
Exactly.
and be stealthy. Jack would normally just grab somebody. We're going to be smart about this.
Yes, we
Alright,
shall
then
subterfuge. Or stealth. Sorry.
let's
I mean, we can lie to
do-
him while we're eating them if you want.
I get words mixed up.
Let's do a dex and stealth. If you would like to spend a point of blood and add celerity to this, I will also allow it.
I would like
Or obfuscate, if you have access to that.
I would like to pop my celerity.
Okay. Then the difficulty, since you guys are hunting in an upper class area where these people would travel with a retinue of guards and whatnot, I'm gonna make this one a difficulty of 8.
I'm gonna spend a blood point to boost my dexterity.
Sure.
Yeah.
Remind me. Let me see. Do I have? Oh, I do have it open as celerity.
Oh no, it's fine. It's fine.
What does that add for this? Me popping celerity.
It adds your how many points in celerity you have to your dice pool.
Oh, sweet. Some extra dice.
Three.
I thought I also rolled a 1, but it's a 7.
Had that happen before.
Yeah, where it's just like, no. Okay, no, we're fine. Everything's fine.
That's 5 successes, but one of them was a 10, so that is 6 successes total? Yes.
So you two managed to find an extramarital tryst in an alleyway between two nobles. And as a reminder, the average human has 8 points of blood. So keep that in mind with how much you are taking, or if you want to kill them, go for it. I mean, I'm not going to stop you.
We're not in our own territory. I don't want to. Jill's not going to want to make too much trouble for Rosalind. Rosalind's cool. She's not.
Yeah,
she's not
Jack
super
only
shady.
Yeah, Jack only needs 4 points of blood, so half drain. Whoever was closest.
I am just going to drain.
Basically, Jack's gonna step up, grab the one, and then Jill can pounce from behind like we used to.
Yes, exactly. Got that pack mentality going. Jill is going to drain 5 points.
Gotcha. Letting neither of them see your faces, you leave them delirious and in the ecstasy of the kiss in the alleyway, sated on the blood that you required. And you can manage to return yourself to the retinue.
Jill's just going to be like, good job.
But
shoulder tap.
by the time you return, Jack, you do see Drago. And he's just standing near one of the horses, and he's looking at one of the knights, and he says, "You should really reshoe this one. That shoe is getting loose. You can't afford to have a horse kick a shoe in mid-journey. It's really bad luck."
I'm sorry.
And he's Jack School is just talking to one of the knights about his horse having a loose shoe.
Rosalind's
Corey's-
just,
We take care of it in a few moments. That way there's not any issue.
Looks up. "Hello, master.
What have you been up to?
Do you really want to know, or?"
Is it going to cost us money?
"No, I paid her well."
Then I don't care.
And who is this?
Oh, this is my sister, Jill.
I
The
can
one I
tell.
talked about.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pleasure.
Hello.
Are you going to reshoe the horse for Rosalind, or are you just going to complain to the knight about it?
It's not our horse.
Jack's gonna turn to see where Rosalind is.
Rosalind is just Rosalind's actually just entering the area with her blood doll behind her. I would have liked to have fed while they were hunting.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah, that's what Rosalind's doing. She's coming in.
So as she approaches, Rosalind, do we have a few moments so that we can reshoe this one horse? It's not properly shoed.
Sure.
Don't mind him. It's a pet peeve that he's had for many years.
You are the prince.
Draxo looks up at the knight. He says, I know you don't want to sully your boots, but get down. And I just kind of looks at him and hops off the horse, and he pulls the little farrier's hammer out of his belt and grabs the horse's leg, puts it between his legs, and just taps it all back into place. Good. You should take better care of your horse, sir. Just kind of gives him a nod. And the knight, very consciously looks to you, Rosalind, and looks back. I will take that into consideration, thank you.
Or get a better squire.
Well,
Thank you.
Jill's just grinning ear to ear at this.
Rosalind's just watching it all and just like. Anyway, she'll actually look for Zelios.
You see a familiar mason, looking like an old gnarled gentleman,
Mm-hmm.
moving around and amidst the cavalcade and keeping a low profile as he usually does.
Excellent. Rosalind will approach him and ask, are you prepared for the journey?
Perpetually. Although I hear we're making a stop.
Yes.
As you wish.
I just wanted to make sure you were all ready to go.
There's something one learns amongst my kind. That one must always be ready to go.
Fair enough.
So, shall we begin?
She'll look around. I think we're ready.
And that's when you all hear the low rumble of the thunder. A soft sheet of rain begins to fall.
Jill just pulls her furs closer.
So, Rosalind will, check everyone over, make sure everyone's good. Prince Jill, are you ready?
Always.
As always.
Should we be in a wolf form? Travel faster?
You don't have to be.
It depends on if the horses are used to that sort of thing.
Right.
So probably I'm gonna go grab one of the horses from the stable. You want to ride with me, Jill?
Sure. She almost looks slightly disappointed because she wanted to show off more of her transformation, her new transformation skills to Jack. But...
So proud. So
So
proud.
proud.
But yeah, Jack will go grab one of the horses for him and Jill. And we're ready to go with the inclement weather. He is going to remember to hand the letters to Jasko when we get to the next town. Make sure that these get to Coterie and to Gisela.
Duh. And you begin to travel. As you exit the city, it is only a one night's ride. But the weather is poor. That thin sheet of rain very quickly becomes an onslaught, a deluge. As you move, the road turns into just a thick sheet of mud. This is Transylvania. As you get to Misera, the added travel time from the rain, you're going to need to rest before you meet your appointment. You know of an inn here, Rosalind, that is relatively neutral ground. It is called the Merkenmeyer.
She'll, she will pay to stay there if able.
Yep. It's certainly with your personal resources, it's not any big flex.
If Rosalind says she knows where the inn is, Jack will offer to pay.
He'll kind of raise an eyebrow. I got it. But thank you.
Are you sure? I feel bad. I haven't seen you in forever. Just, I didn't bring you anything when I came, so figured it's the least I can do.
That's okay.
All right.
She has her own money, I assume.
Of course.
I do.
So, you purchase your rooms for the evening, or rather for the morning, as the sun is beginning to rise. The day sleep finds you relatively easily. Death makes its claim on you all once more. As the next evening, the sun descends, facsimile of life again inhabits you. Though Gisela, I imagine you stayed somewhere else the last night. As there is a rather famous church here in Simisuru. It's called the Chapel of the Holy Sepulchre. It is where the majority of the Transylvanian saints have been interred. And they would have welcomed you with more than open arms. They would have welcomed you with happy hearts, even.
Was Gisela traveling not alone, but was she traveling light, so to speak?
Sure, if that's how you would like to have traveled.
Well, I have a question. The intention was originally to leave Aldous behind.
Mm-hmm.
Can I amend that plan to have brought him?
Sure.
I'd say an initiate and an acolyte. And
Yep.
I would like that Aldous would have at least 3 former poor fellows.
Sure.
And one of them his ghoul.
Perfect. That entirely works.
Okay.
As you and Aldous awaken together with these 3 knights that he has brought guarding your day sleep, one of the brothers of the Chapel of the Holy Sepulchre attends to your needs. The door knocks as the 2 knights have allowed him to knock. They have uncrossed their blades and allowed his approach, at least. So Aldous will look to you and gently presses a kiss on your forehead while there's still no one paying any attention.
She'll accept it, and she will just place a hand on his face and say, and you are sure it was 7 weeks I was in my church? You're sure?
It was 7 weeks. I made sure that you fed, but it was a process, but so are all the great works of God.
And Could you remind me? Timisora, we are here to see your acquaintance. Yes?
Yeah. However, the word has reached my ears that your old coterie is here as well.
Be to God. For he works
From-
in the most mysterious of ways.
From whom all blessings flow. And he crosses himself.
Genau.
Shall I attend to the priest?
Bitte. Aldous. I know moving forward into the Zukunft, there will be many times where you must be without me and I without you. But you must remember we are always together. Always. And should anything happen to you when I am not there, I will know. And I will burn this world down for you.
As far as I am concerned, Gisela, the world with you is much like the garden when it was only Adam and his wife. Save I was made from your rib, huh?
Yeah. Remember, our great mission. There is, for us, nothing further. This is our eternal life. We died, and we have been born to it. And so here we must do God's work and usher in the souls that can be met by St. Peter. Never forget that.
You see, he looks contemplative for a moment. Says, "You have my word, I will pray on this."
As many years as it takes, I will undo all of the work St. Marius did to corrupt you. The way I worked on myself.
I do sometimes wonder how the old man is doing.
Yes, I did inform Constantine, the seneschal, before we left to keep an eye out, as all Nosferatu are very good at doing, for any sign of Marius. For he is very jealous, as you know.
So last I heard, he was converting the Irish.
I will be praying for them.
God knows his conversions are rarely gentle.
She'll sort of rub at her knee. 9. He knows not the meaning of the word.
Aldous will stand and open the door as the priest, Father Claudius, stands in the door, and the two of them banter words for a moment. Just, "Are you sure that there is nothing that you need there?" "No." And Aldous smiles politely and bows his head. He says, "Your dedication to Sister Gisela and I is noted and appreciated, Father, but I believe, as of now, the mere embrace of the radiance of the bones of the saints is enough to sate us."
Gisela's gonna be so sneaky because at this point because we've had 2 days now, and she's going to go to kiss, was it Claudius's hands?
Mhm.
I think Aldous would be smart enough to know, and be as surreptitious as possible, and bite into his wrist as she kisses his hands.
Sure. I will roll a manipulation and subterfuge for Aldous to hold his attention.
Thank you. This.
We'll say this is difficulty 7. Oh. Yeah, Aldous manages to hold his attention, no problem.
Yeah, I take 2.
Absolutely.
Okay.
As the priest he has that glazy look of the ecstasy of the kiss before you close the wound, and he shakes himself. He says, yes, I believe that the radiance of the bones of the saints is affecting us all today.
You are a holy man.
I but live in the grace of God.
She'll bow her head and look to Aldous like, let's go.
And Aldous will bow his head to the priest as well, as you and the 3 knights that you've brought along with you and Aldous leave the Church of the Holy Sepulchre. And we'll flash over to the rest of the coterie in this moment. Now, you've all awakened. Again, losing a point of blood, or more than that for those of us who have to heal wounds.
Alright, Jack's healed.
But the night lays out before you. If you remember, Rosalind, the request said that you were to go to the Chapel of the Holy Sepulchre, where, in the crypt, the agents of Miko would receive you.
Right. Okay. Rosalind, thinking about that, will take a moment to collect herself and go to find Jack and Jill.
Jill
Jill?
was probably sleeping not on the bed but under it, curled up, like she had so many times before. A tactic, a mannerism that Jack would know well. And I would say probably by the time you come in, Rosalind, she is like creepy crawling from out under the bed.
I'd knock first. I don't know that I'd see that.
You'll just hear her come in, and then she'll be creepy crawling.
Ah, okay.
Rosalind, as you're on the way there, you feel that pressure, that knocking at the mental door.
And she will open.
And you hear the voice of Celestine within your mind. It says, you will be met at the village of Alcedits, base of the Transylvanian Alps.
Okay. How many?
Two. And you will know them when you see them. Please, my dear, encourage your companions to be respectful.
Absolutely.
Do you feel the connection cut? Just around the time that Jill is opening the door after you've knocked.
Could you spell the village name for me?
A-L
Uh-huh.
C-E
Uh-huh.
D-I-T-Z.
T.
Alcedits.
Excellent. Thank you. Good evening, Jill.
Good evening. Are we ready to continue? She says as she's stretching herself out.
I need to run an errand in the city first.
Do you need accompaniment?
No. No, I just wanted to let you and Jack know.
Understood. Well, I'm here at your disposal should you change your mind.
Thank you. And she'll just quickly turn and look for Jack.
Jill's following
Jack.
you too, Jack, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah, Jack's come out of his room. What's the plan for this evening?
I have to run an errand
Where are we
alone.
going? Ah.
Well, it shouldn't take too long, and we should be able to travel soon after.
Are you sure you don't want us to just come with you?
We can be quiet.
If anything, we can wait outside.
Given the
If he feels
circum-
Hmm?
I was going to say, given the circumstances, it might be best to stay in number.
if you feel the need to stay outside, then I have no issues.
I mean, we can also come in, but if it's personal business, I understand.
Thank you. I need to head to the church.
I'm more than happy to stay outside.
That's what I thought.
Let's go then.
And
Jack will kind of stretch, kind of rub at his neck, and just start heading towards the door.
This evening, the rain has calmed down. It's still muddy and wet,
yeah.
but it's mainly just thunder, strikes of lightning. As you make your way to the chapel of the Holy Sepulchre, you're greeted by a familiar face leaving the chapel. Sister Gisela, Aldous, and 3 knights that are all wearing the white tabard and emblazoned red cross of the Knights Templar.
Jill is going to grin ear to ear and immediately rush up close, but seeing the knights will stop a little ahead.
As you rush forward, 3 hands go to swords very quickly.
That's when she'll just stop a little bit there, and she's gonna say,
Gisela will say it's all right. Wir brauchen hier kein Schwert. And sie will take Jill's hand.
Slowly let go of the weapons as 2 of them begin to whisper to each other in French.
Hello, Jill.
"It's good to see you. I didn't expect you to be here."
Okay. Didn't expect you to be here either. Do I see Jack as well? Do I see all of them?
Yeah.
We're all here.
Jack, you didn't write me as much as you promised that you would.
I actually recently wrote you a letter. It's going to take a while to get to you, so seeing as how you're not where I thought you were.
Oh, you can tell her the contents now.
First is an apology.
Quick question.
Sure.
Based on the visions that Gisela was receiving before they parted ways to their own fiefdoms, would Gisela be surprised that Jack is here and not a stone person? Based on all the, I was just looking through all the visions I had written down.
I think that, of course, there's always the inevitability of time may yet alter the course of that, but I think there is some amount of shock.
Yeah. I think Gisela would be looking at you with a little bit more surprise than maybe Jill or Rosalind.
It is good to see you, Gisela. I am sorry I didn't write to you. I was busy.
It's alright. It's all right. No one writes as much as me, I don't think, except perhaps Prince Rosalind, who was my constant companion over the letters.
Absolutely. Sister, it's good to see you.
Good to see you as well, my prince. I see you brought a much larger retinue than I did. She looks across to the Merkenmeyer. See probably a lot more larger caravan, a lot more people.
And you do see that same face that Zelios often wears, that old mason, as he looks up and he makes eyes with you and just gives a single nod.
He did not write me that you are coming here, Isa.
No, this is new. This is new business that I just received.
Yes, I don't think any of us expected to be here for that, or to be gone from our homes for this long.
Many unexpected things in these last few weeks.
And you all hear from the alley between the Golden Swan, another inn, and the Chapel of the Holy Sepulchre.
I wasn't expecting any of you either.
Immediately on
Turn
like a
to see?
defensive stance and turning to see who said that.
You see the Nosferatu Prince of Sumisura, Alarun.
Can you spell that for me, please?
A-L-A-R-U umlaut N.
I cannot type an umlaut.
Umlaut? I'll do it for you.
Alarun.
Oh,
If you don't have an umlaut, you type it like this.
interesting. Oh, noted. Thank you, thank you. I learned something new today.
Alarun. I hate that umlaut. Gisela will bow immediately.
So, Rosalind.
Jill will follow.
What is your business in my domain?
Rosalind will rise. Picking up a friend, and then we should be on our way.
You have always been good to my people, Rosalind. I will grant you hospitality for tonight. Be gone by tomorrow morning, if it pleases you.
Absolutely, my prince. Thank you.
Before your eyes, he vanishes.
A friend?
Yes. Can I gesture to bring Sister Gisela to the side?
Sure.
Okay. I have to pick up somebody to add to my retinue, but they're in the crypt.
Does this friend have a name?
Storyteller.
He does have a name.
He does have a name indeed. But no, is it like
Heißt der Goratrix?
yes. It is.
Right. And
She'll look kind of perplexed, you know.
And she'll head back over to Aldous.
Which, as the two of them step to the side, Aldous, Gisela's acolyte, stepped up to you, Jack and Jill.
Hello?
It was very appreciated that you were both at the ceremony. I didn't get the time to properly verbalize that before you were meant to be off.
Of course.
It meant a great deal to Gisela. And
Though I don't know you as well as she, it meant a great deal to me as well.
It was a pleasure to be there. It was quite the event.
I can for certain say I've never been to a wedding quite like that.
Mine was certainly not like that.
I wouldn't know.
May the peace of God be upon you.
It's good to see all this.
Yes, it's good to see you. She says a little. If she could flush in that moment, she would be.
That's about the time that Gisela approaches.
Yeah, so she would go right up to him and say in German, which I'll do, and then I'll say it again in English. Der Freund von dir, ist im Gefängnis. And she'll say, your friend is in a cell.
I thought that I sensed him, but I was not entirely sure. The knights told me as they speak in the Frankish. They witnessed a casket brought in by 2 Saracens.
All right.
Is this
We
all-
should proceed with. This is in Romanian,
Okay.
so you're all in the loop. We should proceed with caution.
Why are
Casket.
what is going on?
It is not my business to speak on.
Yes, but if we are here and then we are in any danger potentially, it would be
We're
good
not in
to
any
know.
danger.
All of our life is danger, Prince Juliana.
Besides that,
There's no such thing. as
Gisela
safety.
will turn back to Gosselin. So, you are tasked with such a thing?
yes.
By whom?
Vikos.
Them again.
And once you retrieve the Scoratrix, where are you taking him?
That is something I cannot disclose right now.
Coterie.
Have we heard of him?
The name of Garatrix is one that has been bandied about much of late, with the late Grand Master of the Knights Templar, Jacques de Molay, having been burned at the stake by the Spanish Inquisition. And Garatrix's connection to the Knights Templar not being an unknown factor by anyone. He was actually rather public that he had been working with the Knights Templar. You would definitely know the name and know that he is a powerful Tremere. But other than that,
With what Jack's been doing, is that all he knows?
yeah.
Okay, perfect. Good. This is good. This is very good.
The tension got really thick there for a second.
Did.
Yeah.
And Gisela would know nothing about the dangers of bringing Goratrix rocking up on
Anywhere?
Sioris, right?
Yeah.
Bunch of non-Tremere rocking up on Sioris.
Yeah,
People
see,
would know nothing about that.
we're working on that. We're working on
We're working up to that.
What you
Yeah.
know is that
Sure.
Rosalind was running a small little personal errand, nothing too big to
Yeah.
worry about. Everything's
Absolutely.
fine.
Don't worry, I'm pretty sure
Okay.
my scouts will be able to tell me a lot of things.
I'm pretty sure your one dot in
Yeah,
politics
when
is
they
Yes.
get
gonna
back,
pull
yeah.
us through this.
Right. Between the two of us, we now have 2 dots.
Oh yeah, we do.
Wow.
Yeah, and also I got 2 dots in leadership now, so it's balancing that out.
All right. So we're just. Is this for Mika personally, or are we working for the Voivode?
And one more time.
Is this for Mika personally, or are we working for the Voivode?
Oh, this is a favor to Mika that I've been called to answer.
You owed him or them.
Yes, when they safely brought us after we were fired upon.
Oh, right.
It was a favor he requested only from you.
Yes.
We were all saved that night, thanks to his interference.
Mhm.
So I believe we should help you with this.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yes.
He helped us as a Coterie, as Gisela said. So we help you as Coterie.
My Aldous and his knights were once of the Templar Order. Should there be any problems, they are skilled in fighting. But I do not know if you wish to leave them here. And we go
Yeah.
more stealthy.
Jill almost gets like a shiver of anticipation as she hears stealth.
I suppose it depends on what state or you said friend, but I don't view it that way. Is it?
Right.
Is he expecting us?
That's a good question, actually, Storyteller. I don't think... Or maybe Mika probably would have told him to expect me. I imagine? Yeah, who's to say? I'm not entirely sure, actually.
What exactly did you get told to do by Mika?
How do I say this without saying it? I
Were we
was
just
told...
come here and stand outside and wait, or
sorry?
were we just supposed to stand outside here and wait for someone, or?
Well, he's in the crypt. I think I'm supposed to go retrieve him.
It would, considering from what little I've heard about this person, going in numbers to retrieve them would probably be the easiest route, unless they're expecting you to be alone.
I don't know what he's expecting.
Would you like me to shadow you? I can be quiet and mostly kept out of sight.
That would be appreciated.
Jill will just nod. This is me
So-
making a
Well-
mental note that obfuscate might be fun to have later.
Gisela will instruct Aldous to remain here in the church, to not come with her. Should things go awry, you must return to Kronstadt. You understand?
Yep.
Ich hab dich lieb, Aldous. Für immer.
Und dir auch.
Let's go find your friend.
Yes.
So, as you all, question mark, enter the chapel of the Holy Sepulchre.
Jill will be following, but she's going to try to keep to the shadows and just attempt to go stealthily and try not to be perceived by anyone else.
And Gisela will be invisible.
That's so
Perfect.
handy.
Jack,
It is.
trailing behind everybody, having some real bad thoughts about what we could do to this man. So
Oh, fair.
Does Jill see Gisela just pop invisibility?
No, because if you're looking at her, it's not going to work.
Oh,
So no.
Fascinating.
She's going
Yeah,
to just be very surreptitious and be the last one in, and then you just turn around, she won't be there.
She's
yeah.
gonna
So
have to teach me
basically,
that.
Jack went, "All right, Oldest, we'll be back."
As you head in and into the bowels of the Chapel of the Holy Sepulchre, it's strange because you've all been K-Knights long enough to know that if ground is holy, it may not affect you as bad as some other kindred, but usually there's some difficulty entering holy ground. You have no difficulty here. We'll go ahead and go to break as we enter the bowels of the Chapel of the Holy Sepulchre. Welcome back to the Chapel of the Holy Sepulchre! Sorry, I had to get my WWE fixation from being a child out there. As we last left off, the Coterie was going into the bowels of the Chapel of the Holy Sepulchre, into the crypts, where within you find a room lit by a single torch. There's a bookshelf, and there is a stone table where there is a casket upon it. Also, you see two dark-skinned men dressed in Turkish fashion, curved knives in their sashes, sitting in chairs.
Rosalind will approach.
Jill is trying to keep herself as hidden as she can. Is that difficult in this situation?
I mean, it's kind of dark.
Jack's not trying to hide. Jack's there being like, "I'm here to be muscle. Hello."
Well, Jack punch thing.
And the one looks up. Says, am I to assume that you are the emissary
Yes.
that the Lord Vikos has sent?
Yes.
Very good, very good. Well, he gestures to the casket. All yours.
Okay. How long have you been waiting here?
2 nights, 3 nights, something like that. We have not left to see the cycles of the sun, but we have slept twice.
Fair enough. Well, I thank you for watching over him, and I guess she's starting to think, how am I going to bring him? Because this looks heavy.
Which one of you is the Volstadt?
Jill freezes in like the corner that she's hiding in for a second, and then she's kind of going to look in Jack's direction, and then just, I guess, pop out of the shadows. I am Prince Juliana Volstadt.
Never heard of you. What are you called? Scruffy man.
Jack. Prince Jack. If it's important.
You are the stable master at Volstadt Manor, yes?
A long time ago, yes. Do I know you?
No. But I know you. He looks you up and down for a moment. You returned my nephew to me. I am Hussein Al-Fatin.
Doreen spoke of you in great length.
Jill just relaxes a little bit more.
Seems I owe you a debt. He died peacefully.
Did he have a good life?
He
I
had
only
many
saw him
children.
once.
He had many children. 2 beautiful wives. I offered him the gift of the embrace, but he refused.
I'm not surprised.
He wished to die a man with his convictions, he said. You are a prince, so there is no need for a seneschal to be here. I am acknowledging that I owe you a major boon for what you did for my nephew.
It has been acknowledged by the prince.
As you say. With business out of the way, would you like to inspect your cargo, or are you taking it on good faith? It's Roslan of Clan Premier.
I think inspecting it would be the smart thing to do.
I would tend to agree. And he snaps. And the other man stands up. Lifts the lid of the coffin off.
Take a look.
And you can all see the man within. He's clean shaven, dark brown hair, wide open hazel eyes. He has a broad nose, strong features. Some might consider him handsome. He's dressed like a noble of the French court. He looks both formidable and scholarly. Something in the lines of his face indicate a cruel and uncompromising nature. And his eyes stare up with a fixed hatred that is hard to calculate. Rosalind, you know this to be the face of Garatrix, as a roughly hewn wooden stake penetrates his chest.
Yes, this is him. Well, yes, this is him. So I suppose business is concluded. We had to take him.
Very well. Would you like us to, well, remove the stake?
Is it safe to do with this one?
Oh, he will be hungry.
No, let's keep it in.
Why is he like
We have
this?
made a... He is a powerful mage. We were tasked to bring him here. And I do not know what you know of my clan, Prince Volstadt. But this is how we do things.
Very well. I understand erring on the side of caution, too.
How did you say it when we found you, Goratrix? We. So, if
if business is concluded, and you would not like the stake removed, which we have made accommodations to feed Coratrix, if you would have liked to have the stake removed. It is up to you.
I feel like Luna feels like it's safer to have him staked and quiet for the travel. Yeah, let's keep it in.
As you say, then business is concluded.
Perfect. Thank you.
The pleasure is all mine.
And before leaving, Hussein will stop just for a moment and regard you once more, Jack. And you, Jill.
Crusader. Terrine's friend.
Yes.
If you would like his body, I can have it exhumed. He was not buried with the rites he deserved.
No, he was not.
Would be best.
That
If I
I can
remember
arrange.
right, Jack and Jill went
We've been watching
and
the
fixed
kids.
that. Yeah, we fixed it afterwards, if I remember
Yeah,
right.
that was part
During our
of what
50
You
years.
fixed it, but you left the body.
Yeah, we did.
If you would like his remains, I would arrange that regardless of the boon.
Jill's just going to move up to Jack and, lightly tug at his shirt and just look up to him and just nod a few times.
As you wish.
We did what we could, but given our status, Giannis wasn't able to be moved at the time. It was too much. If you could make sure he had a proper burial.
I can send him to one of your domains if you would like.
If you want to send him to Gisela. Funnily enough, Terrine is the person to speak with to make sure he has a proper burial.
As you say. Very well. May your roads lead to pleasant lodgings.
You as well. Where can I call on you? Or should I send it to Terrine?
Let your seneschal know, and he will find me.
And she's going to say to them, should you ever need it, you're always welcome at the pass.
Noted.
Safe travels, my friend.
Shalaikum.
And Jack's gonna incline his head to him.
Jill will as well.
As Hussein and his apprentice abscond.
All right, Rosalind, the casket. What do you keep up appearances, or should I just grab it?
Should probably keep up appearances since we'll be walking through a church.
Do we have a crate that we could fit this in?
I just need another person to make it look like it's heavy.
I could help. Well, actually, thinking about it, my size might...
Yep. It might look a little specific. Yeah, maybe we find someone else.
Just put it on my head.
Sure.
Like...
Maybe we'll have Gisela's people. Did anybody see where Gisela went?
I did not. She vanished.
Gisela will whisper in Rosalind's ear and remain vanished. Why is it that you do not want the stake removed? What is it that you fear?
Just being overly cautious, I guess.
Are you aware that he can hear and see everything?
Yes.
Were it me in his place, I would hope I would be shown the kindness of my dignity. And then she will appear. If you would require me to send for my men to carry this out for you, I will do so. You need only ask.
How did you do that?
The gift of my clan and others.
I might have to ask you about that later. That seems very useful.
It is. I am sorry, Jack. I don't understand the context of what you are going through, but I am sorry that you are burdened with the weight of sadness.
Less sadness. More, what is the word?
Contentment?
Knowing. When you hope for something and it comes to pass.
Satisfaction, in a way.
And grief.
Gisela, it's in this moment that haziness sets in a little bit. And coming directly from the casket is a sound you haven't heard in many years since you were traveling with Marius. You hear the bells of morning of Notre Dame ringing over Goratrix's casket. I won't even make you make the roll. You know his time is short.
Can Gisela reach out to Aldous in the way that Malkavians can reach out to each other? Tug on him in a way enough to indicate for him to bring down either the acolyte or the initiate.
You can. But you definitely get the impression that maybe a few other Malkavians in the area got the tug as well.
That's fine.
As Aldous descends the stairwell and one of the knights in tow. And both of them seeing the scene, Aldous just reaches up and grabs the man by the jaw and turns his face to his own. You will forget anything that you saw down here after the lid of the casket is restored. The man's eyes glaze over and he nods. So, this is your quarry then, Prince Rosalind?
Yes.
Well, what is the occasion?
I have to meet some associates on the road and hand them off to them.
Would you forgive me as a dignity of removing the stake? I've known Goratrix for many years.
Thinking about what Gisela said, and then thinking about what Celestine said, She'll think for a moment and say, you know, he'll be hungry, but sure.
And at her saying hungry, if one of the initiates, a woman who's not yet a sister, has come with them, she will grab onto her and prepare to let him feed off of her.
As you bring her over, and Aldous moves to the other side of the casket. He removes the stake. It takes but a flash of a moment for Goratrix to set upon the woman's wrist, drinking her to the point of desiccation. Her skin begins to wrinkle. She falls a bloodless husk to the floor. Goratrix sits up. Rosalind.
Yes.
It's been some time.
It has.
Aldous. Aldous nods. You were a friend to Grandmaster de Molay. I have repaid that friendship, and now I owe you nothing. Goratrix nods. Pulls himself out of the casket. Your retinue, Rosalind. I don't know these Canaanites.
My coterie, yes. And she'll introduce everybody.
I am Goratrix, left hand of Tremere.
I have heard of your name.
As have I.
It has some infamy to it.
All men of note have infamy to their name. Kind men go to their graves without so much as a headstone.
Is he out of the casket? Gisela will pick up the body of the woman, put it in the casket. Say, to me, your name sounds like discretion von Notre Dame.
And you must be the fabled sister of Kronstadt.
Must I be? Yes. I suppose I must.
Now, I had heard that your coterie had 2 of Arnulf's bastards in it, but I wasn't sure.
You'll straighten up a
Arnulf
little bit. Yeah.
Arnulf has proved an ally in the past. I am hoping we can have a similar relationship.
That remains to be seen. I like to judge people for myself.
I like this one. Fiery.
Well, to survive, one must have some sense of fire about them.
A sense of fire, indeed. I will need to feed more. But at the moment, I have control.
Praise God.
If you would like to accompany me, that's fine. I know the charge that I'm being brought in for.
So Rosalind will raise an eyebrow.
Jill,
Yeah,
But say
Jax,
nothing.
like,
Holds her head.
looks to Rosalind. Charge.
is this a trial?
Nothing that you need concern your pretty gangrel pelts about. Better part of valor is discretion. Would you care to accompany me, Rosalind?
Of course.
Very well. We shall meet you all in an hour. I assume you have some sort of cavalade,
I do.
Rosalind. Good. Return there. We will meet you there in an hour.
Rosalind?
In an hour.
Goratrix holds his hand out to you, Rosalind.
I will take it.
As he leads you up the stairs, leaving the rest of you alone in the crypt.
Once they're out of earshot, Jill is going to look to the other two, and then she's going to say, "Do we trust them alone?"
Oh, Jill. You should never trust a Canaanite. Then she will go over to Anna, put the casket on top, and say a prayer for the dead.
I don't trust him.
Jill is going to... I assume she notices the change in Jack's demeanor with this.
Oh yeah, no. Jack is having a time.
She's going to go right up in front of him and look up to him and just rest a hand on his chest and say, "Tell me, what is on your mind?"
He's right there, Jill. He's right there, and he might know what I need to know, but
What you need to know. Again, you have kept me in the dark on this. And she's trying to be calm and collected in this, but you can tell that she's kind of getting a little into her normal protective mode.
they've been taking people. Jill,
Yours.
mine.
What have they been doing with them, do you know?
How much did Jack figure out over his time hunting?
That they've been taking them, and that they're doing something with them.
They've been between our clan and the Nosferatu and the Samis. I don't know where they're taking them. I don't know what they're doing with them, but
Does Father
they're
know?
not seen again.
Does
I don't know. I warned him to keep an eye out. And you know, Father, so
yes. Well, you say this Goratrix might know more information about this, more of what you need.
everyone I've asked keeps telling me to drop it. That they're gone. But he's not allowed to be gone.
He.
Could you explain this to me in a simplistic way? I'm burdened with much in my mind.
Sorry, Gisela.
It is not your fault or your burden.
Oh,
I simply need to be able to pass information differently.
the clans have been disappearing. The Nos, the Gangrel, the Samis. Because of the Tremere.
Jill growls.
That's as much as I've found out.
Do we know what Rosalind knows? Is she a part of this?
I don't know. It's one of the reasons I asked her what her chantry was up to.
There's a low growl emanating from Jill's throat. She's gritting her teeth, and her hand reaches to rest on the string of the bow strapped to her.
Gisela goes to touch Jack, changes her mind, and says, normally, I don't share with what I see to people. It is visions from my God, and I am the one who is supposed to interpret and act if I can. So I don't share them. Perhaps I should. Perhaps that is wrong. It's the first time I ever met you. I believe one of the first nights we were together out in the woods when we were attacked. When I looked at you, Jack, I saw stone hands around your neck. Later on, when we were in the court of Prince Radu, I believe, I saw someone steal your heart. They turn you to stone. I do not know what it means. I have never known what it means. And I do not know telling you now, as now it will come to pass, what I have said. Now that I have told you, broken a sacred rule I have always kept to myself. But I believe what you are worried for has some things to do with it. I'm sorry, I don't know more. But I fear that you, being so determined to find out what it is, will lead to your demise. And because I care for you and for this coterie, I am telling you. And I hope that it is now not a self-fulfilling prophecy.
What is that? What is self-fulfilling prophecy?
That because I have told Jack, that now it will come to pass. In Jack's attempt to prevent it.
It's already past, Gisela.
You are not stone, Jack.
They took my heart, though.
Gisela's face will just drop.
What happened? Brother, what happened?
We'll pause that scene right there for a moment. As the camera pans to Garatrix walking Rosalind into the inn next door, the Golden Swan. He looks around. Presence comes easy to him. CNX is all. And 4 mortals are brought into a room with you. He looks to you. Have you eaten?
Not yet, no.
Then go get another one.
And she will.
Do you have any preferences?
No
Or you
preference.
just... Okay. It's easy. You find somebody drunk enough to not ask questions.
Perfect.
As the blood feast ensues, Rosalind, you watch Garatrix drain 5 adult humans. As if it was with ease.
I'll just take my 1 point.
And then he will, after you take your 1 point, as you express that you're done, will finish that one as well. Before taking his fingernail and pricking the tip of his finger. As a drop of blood releases on each of them. Each of the bodies slowly turns to ash. But he sweeps up with just a motion of the hand into a ball of floating ash and just drops out the window. I am sated.
I was concerned what the prince of the city would say until they became ash.
I assume your sire is having the time of his life with this.
We talked briefly. She'll just shake her head.
Do you know why they want me, Rosalind?
I do not.
Atreus has finally convinced the council that I've betrayed them.
Convinced.
It's a lie. Falsehood. An easily predicated lie.
What is the truth?
That because Jacques de Molay has been burned at the stake, Atreus fears my connection with him will bring the Inquisition to our door.
I see.
But they're just cattle. All of them, every single mortal that has ever been born and will die. I don't care what fucking god they serve, they're just another source of meat.
Are you prepared to go to Seorsis?
You say it as if I can resist. Tremere has called me. I cannot refuse. The very blood in my veins compels me to head that direction.
Right.
I understand that you have some tenuous political connections to the Voivodate.
Mm-hmm.
So that will be enough to keep them from launching one of their unsightly flesh projects.
I hope so.
How do you know Hussein Al-Fatih?
I just met him.
Who had you come fetch me?
So,
Was it
Hmm?
Celestine?
No.
Good.
Mika Vikos.
did promise me that he would get back at me one day. I can't say I'm surprised. Watch yourself with that one. He's too clever for his own good.
On that, we can agree.
We should make our way.
We should.
What is the route you intend to take?
Storyteller.
Mhm.
Did we... so we came here first. Are we now going to the Basarab Keep?
No, that is
No.
the other way.
That's the other way. Okay.
You've gone kind of southeast from Alba Iulia to get here to Simisora.
Got it.
You know, it's about a 5-ish night ride to Alcedits.
Okay.
And the route would be through the Alps.
Right.
The road through the Alps is generally the route you'd be taking.
Okay. All right. That clears that up. Well, we'll be headed to the village of Alcedits?
Alcedits.
Alcedis, thank you. Alcedis. Through the Alps.
Your Malkavian friend. You trust her.
I do.
She travels with Templars. Aldous. I knew as a boy. The Templars had knowledge that is not safe for the other clans to be close to. Rosalind. You should know that the treasure that Tremere had me looking for was the Holy Grail. The cup Christ used last.
I can only imagine what Tremere would want with that.
I can grant illumination to your imagination if you would like.
I'm interested.
He wants to make us mortals again. Well, not entirely.
Really?
Etrius believes that if he can get his hands on the Grail, we can perform a ritual that will allow us to walk in the sun. To have all desire again. To be all that mortals are and more.
I see.
And Etrius brands me a traitor because I can't find it. That is if it ever even fucking existed. As if Christ ever existed.
It's true.
It's all conjecture of mislabeled fantasy. And yet, we should move.
We shouldn't keep them waiting too long.
You should also know, because I know I will never see them again. If you can get reach into Paris, there's a safe house there that is mine. You'll need to ask for Stania. She'll know where it is. There is something I did find, and if I'm not going to be able to get to use it, someone should. found the Ark.
Oh. Wow.
I love my child, but she's much too short-sighted for such a thing. And you have the spark of betrayal in you yet.
Gonna narrow her eyes a little bit. Well, if it comes to that, I will ask.
Someone needs to find it before the Inquisition does. And the Inquisition are swarming over Paris.
It's true.
Find the Ark. Let no one know you have it.
She'll just nod and have a lot of thoughts in her head at this point.
And remember, Rosalind, I have just given you the mightiest gift there is to give. I expect you won't forget it. And just as a storyteller's note, I would like to put out there. Goratrix is a member of the Inner Council of the Tremere, which
Yes.
does mean that you are 2/3 bloodbound to him.
Yes. Yep.
That seems dangerous.
You don't say. Toxic. Just a little toxic.
I assume to guarantee loyalty.
They're all blood-bound to each other, and that's why it's called pyramids, how it works. Everybody's bonded to Tremere.
Oh god, it's a pyramid scheme.
The OG pyramid scheme.
Yep. And Rosalind will just nod and say, I will not forget this, no.
So we should not keep your coterie waiting.
No.
He stands, offers you his hand again.
I will take it.
As the scene flashes back to the crypt beneath the chapel of the Holy Sepulchre.
I mean, you don't have your heart.
What is it metaphorically?
Jill is squeezing the crap out of Jack's shirt right now.
Look, Arnulf was right. We were coddled. I didn't know how things worked, so
We learn and we survive, but what happened? You said it's a metaphor, but what do you mean?
Rekva was my seneschal. He was a Nosferatu. It started off so that I could see you. I could slip away. For our meetings, I gave him everything he needed to know to take my face. And we got close.
Jill's expression softens a little bit at that.
So I'd let him take my face so that we could hold court, or when we were traveling. But fucking stupid. Because when they tried to take me, he had my face on. And they took him instead of me.
Do you know who they are?
It took me a while to figure it out. But it's the Tremere that are doing it. And I don't know why. So I started hunting them down. Trying to find out where they're taking them. And all I get is fucking dead ends on everything.
You're sure it's the Tremere? no shadow of a doubt, you are sure it's the Tremere doing this.
I believe you, Jack.
I spent a century. And that's all I've gotten is it's them.
For all the benefits on the surface of being what I am. A century ago, my sire told me that the ambition of the Tremere so great it could turn a man to stone. And I only understand it now.
What does that mean to turn to stone?
Going to ignore Jill's question and turn to Aldous. Aldous, I need you to return to Kronstadt. I need you to leave now and tonight. Do not look back and do not come back.
As you say.
Tell, when you get there, tell Constantine. Double the gods.
This can be done. Would you like me to leave the knights here with you?
No. I want them protecting you.
I am capable of protecting myself,
Yes.
but if that is what you desire,
It is.
I might leave anything for you.
Okay. Mein Schatz. When God so wills it, we will see each other again soon.
Yeah.
And she will kiss him goodbye.
He will, as the two of you embrace for a moment. As you touch him, you see him shrouded in holy light. A light you recognize. The light is not his own. It reminds you of Anatoly.
Mm-hmm.
And you see the shadow just over his shoulder.
Tito.
He nods. Say, it has been fortuitous seeing you both again. I hope this is not the final time.
Likewise.
As do I, Aldous.
I would say Jill was pacing back and forth, looking down until before he snapped her attention to him for that. She's deep in thought about something right now.
Aldous will quickly remove the rosary from around his wrist. He walks over to you, Jill, and he puts it in your hand.
Thank you.
May you find the peace of God.
I don't know if peace is ever truly possible, but thank you. And she's going to clutch it.
With the Lord, all things are possible. Prince Jill. He'll bow his head. He will abscond.
She's going to open her hand and look at the rosary and
It's pretty. Red and white clay beads along it. The cross within it is definitely in a Bavarian style. It is silver and gold. It's small, but even a small treasure is still a treasure.
it's so pretty. Also, my grandma has one that's similar to that in design.
Gisela will say, the way my abilities work is not helpful in the moment. It's not the way that it works. What I do know is that must attempt to protect ourselves. And as much as we care for Rosalind, there are circumstances and powers greater than her and greater than ourselves that may force us to make a choice. And will certainly force her to make a choice. As long as I have known her, I've seen her as someone with crown on their head. She is full of ambition. She wants power.
That's the truth, and I'm starting to see that more. She brokered a deal with me with the past. When I requested, or she suggested a tutor for me, giving me one of her own for my court, and also guaranteeing Tremere safe passage through the pass. I'm now questioning what that could have been for. More now.
Either way, it's a bad idea to leave her alone with Goratrix so long as they can increase their machinations without our prying ears and eyes.
I agree.
But if there's one thing I do know, Jack, Rosalind has the answers that you seek.
Given how my questioning went for her court, most likely. I just haven't asked because I don't want to know the answer just yet, I think.
Do you have a favor to ask of both of you? And it can be a boon if it is what you require. Should something happen to me, I ask only that you get word to Aldous. And that is all.
You have my oath on that. My word.
We're Coterie, and I never got you a wedding gift. So.
You being there was enough of a gift.
It will be done.
Wunderbar. Los geht's.
Right.
So,
Means let's go.
an hour
Very similar in
passes,
English.
and you all meet at the Cavalade. However, the Cavalade is missing a singular face. There's no Zelios.
Fucking I knew it.
He's gone ahead.
Oops.
It seems your guests have a way of absconding into the night, Rosalind.
He's gone.
Do we have any idea of where he might have gone to?
Is Gortrix anywhere near Rosalind?
They are holding hands.
Wonderful.
Wow.
Cute.
So
Beautiful. Love that. That's so adorable. Jack goes, well, probably following through with the plans that he had. Probably got tired of waiting.
With my 1 point in politics, can I understand why they're holding hands?
Politics for hand holding.
What is the politics on hand-holding?
Yeah, what's the politics of hand holding with Tremere?
I mean, I don't. Fuck it, roll it.
Let's go.
Oh my god.
Let's do a wits politics.
I mean, Gisela would also be kind of confused because she's like, she didn't want to unstake him, but now they're holding hands.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah, no. Like, Jack's
Like, I
gonna
give
look
up my
at
initiate
Gisela.
for him. You know.
what's the
Jack's
difficulty?
gonna look at Gisela and just like,
8.
That's twee.
I mean, as far as politics is concerned, he is a masculine person escorting a feminine person of
Power
nobility.
move.
It's power move is definitely.
I would probably say, Rosalind, you're just seeing Jill like dead staring at the two of you.
Staring at you guys holding hands.
Yeah.
just face.
You
hands,
can see
face,
the furrowness in her brow and like the movement of her eyes, just like what's going on?
We should get moving.
Avery, does Gisela have that boo-boo, or is that healed now? Or is that like a perma burn?
You could have healed it over the time. Say yeah.
Nah, I think she'll
It
leave.
would be up to
Can I
you.
make like a story decision and like not heal it?
You
Sure.
would take permanent wound in order to
Yeah.
heal
Can
it.
I have that be like a new like a perma wound?
Sure.
Cool. I don't know how to do that.
Permanent wound, buddies.
I was gonna say, slowly our coterie is just gonna continually get new permanent wounds.
I wrote that at the bottom
Love
of my
that.
page and I totally forgot about it. Okay.
Sure.
Sorry. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
Absolutely. So as Goratrix said, we should get moving.
Which way are we heading?
We are
We're going to the village of Alcetus.
Does Jill know where that is?
Yeah. It's a small village, but it's near the path in the Transylvanian Alps that will lead to the pass. A lot of people going south from the pass end up going through the village of Alcetus.
If I remember right, it's another night's ride, right? Because it was 2 nights.
To Alcetus, it's another 3 nights from here.
Oh, okay.
I am so sorry because I have what I like to call dumb brain at times. The way you describe that, does that mean that we could be heading towards the pass itself if we go this way?
No. It is on one of the roads that comes from the pass, but it is not. Like, you would know it by having it be associated with trade routes that go through the pass.
And knowing the direction that we're going to be going, is it near where I had sent the scouts? Or is it on the way?
No.
Okay.
No, the scouts would have taken a different trajectory from Alba Iulia.
Okay.
So, another night's travel to the village, and then another 3 nights travel to the village. Sorry, must be the hunger.
Time is weird.
It's a weird soup.
Yes. A perpetually weird soup.
So the 3 nights.
Might I escort you to your riding quarters, Rosalind?
Sure thing.
I hope the travel keeps you all well.
Jill does not respond. She is just staring.
Jack smiles.
As Goratrix leads Rosalind off to the caravan that she'll be day sleeping at.
It appears, Gisela, that you are correct. Which I find that you normally are.
About much, but never in time.
Did you bring anything for travel that we should get before we go?
I sent it all back with Aldous. It is more important that he arrives safely back in Kronstadt. I assume on your good graces, of course, borrow someone from you, should I require it.
I can get you one of the horses, or if Rosalind would let you ride with her.
It is up to your discretion. For all intents and purposes, I am your guest.
Technically, we're all Rosalind's guests, so I'm just offering suggestions as she has been made busy.
For the moment, I think I'd rather spend time with you. I must admit, when I saw you, Jack, I didn't think I thought, I don't know, I thought perhaps I was receiving another vision. I didn't expect to see you. When I stopped hearing from you, I believed you were gone.
For a while, I believe I went a little mad.
I know a thing or two about that as well.
Jack's gonna reach out and kind of touch Gisela on the shoulder.
Oh, Gisela's gonna not let him.
Oh. Sorry. I forget.
Is that how that works?
Yes.
Touch.
It's good
Not
to
always.
see you.
Sometimes.
Gisela.
Sometimes it's touch, sometimes it's unbidden. But I try to avoid it. Even with Aldous. I try to avoid touch.
It was one of but Roscoe. He'll be fine. He's delivering your letter. The contents were that I was sorry that I was gone for so long, and about the inclement weather.
The inclement weather. You speak of
That's the-
Havnor.
Yes. Yes, his name is actually Octavio.
He showed
We
up
got to meet
while we were
him.
at Rosalind's.
Yes, he's of your clan. He was gone for a while, I believe, in his own mind.
Yes, that happens.
A man
He
truly
did warn
possessed.
us that he had given us all the warnings, and we had still done nothing. That is more to talk about when we're in closer quarters. Because I did
Perhaps
ask you about.
If you, I'm sorry.
Because I was going to ask you about some things to do with your religion. But I think it best to wait until we have a moment to ourselves and not out of the open.
Oh, can remember, and it does not have to be now. What you said his name was Octavio?
Yes, Octavio.
What he said would be of great importance to me.
Now, if only the player could remember his exact words,
I was
because
about to
Jack
say-
probably would.
I was about to say, I
Because-
don't remember anything.
So, Jack's going to delve deep into his mind and stare at the storyteller.
Flashback.
Actually, well, no, they would need something. Anyone has an object that they want me to touch? I have
The letter. Jack was sending the letter to be like, here you go. Just put your
Touch
hands
it.
all over that. Do the weird thing you do.
I'm not gonna.
This is the quote.
Oh, goody.
Hear me. Though I long ago warned you, thou hast done nothing to quell the demon's awakening.
Oh,
The
God,
first
yep.
of the signs has seen fulfillment, and yet you wait. Will you remain idle while the land's heart is ripped from its bleeding chest? Do you not see that eternal night is almost upon us? He stirs, and with him the ancient ones groan upon their stony beds, their hunger shrieking for our vitae. The loss of a holy land, the breaking of a holy order, the downfall of a mighty magus. The sign has come, the first of those that lead to ever blackness and dark eternal. You stand within the whirlwind. 7 more remain. What cannot be stopped must be transformed. On you rests our redemption or destruction. Do not fail me again.
And then he broke his own spine.
It was quite the sight, and bothersome. But he seemed to right himself and be all right. Well, as all right as a man possessed in such a way can be.
So,
Loss of a
and-
holy land. Yes.
Zelios did say that one of those parts was from the Book of Nod. And he finished that final quote. The loss of a holy land, the breaking of a holy order, the downfall of a mighty magus. And Zelios said the next part of the Book of Nod is that the passing of years and the fires of the righteous shall bring upon us a parting of kin one from another. The child shall revile their parents, slaying them in their beds, and brother shall smite brother.
and that's what the Master Mason
Gisela's
told us
gonna
when
start
we were in the Camarilla.
hysterically laughing. Like, it's really... unseemly, really disturbing. And she's just gonna start laughing, and it's loud and bothersome.
Yeah,
have
a
a
few
hard
of the
time-
knights turn. Just kind of.
Am I missing a joke?
I feel like Rosalind like hear this and poke her head out.
joke.
Gisela's just having one of her moments, Rosalind. It's
Hashtag Gisela moment TM.
hashtag Gisela moment. Can we get the horse for her, please?
And
Just
one
at
of
the
them-
knights. Just
Yeah, one of the knights will dismount and offer the horse to Gisela before they take their place sitting on one of the caravan seats.
Gisela will insist that she ride back with the knight because she can't ride very well because of her leg.
Fair enough.
Jack can give Jill the horse, and then Jack can ride for Gisela, so we can continue to talk as we ride.
And we're not aware that Goratrix is going to a trial. Only Rosalind is at this moment.
Yeah.
Right. So that's why Gisela's laughing. Because at the line of the death of a great magus, and then what's coming next, she's just like...
Yeah, Jack and Jill have no clue.
Having
They
a
thought
moment.
we were running a quick little errand with Rosalind, maybe
Yep.
to, go light some candles at a church. Jack doesn't know what people do at a
Gisela's
church.
living in her mind palace right now.
Hey, we're
Yeah,
just a paranoid. We're just a paranoid muscle.
Yeah. Yeah, so Jack will help Gisela onto the horse and kind of jump on the horse and be like,
There is something that Jill's going to whisper in hushed tone, or whisper in hushed tones. You know what I mean?
we're gonna stage whisper.
Stage whisper. Jack, you mentioned that that they're taking our own, and it's the Tremere.
your voice down, Jill.
And he's nodding as he says this.
I worry about Scylla. With one of Rosalind's in my court. I worry what I might have left behind.
Ennis will keep an eye. She knows.
Jill's not going to respond to that, but you can tell she's almost as scared in that moment, even though she's maybe, after a couple hundred years a little better at controlling it, but you know more than well enough. The last times you've seen her scared have been those times that remind you of when you met her.
Yeah. And Jack will kind of reach out, place a hand on her cheek,
Let's go.
Yeah.
and he'll kiss her on the forehead.
She's going to smile and maybe growl a little bit at that. And yeah, she'll hop on the horse.
What I need to know now is what if anything are things that you would like to accomplish over the 2 nights ride from here to Alcedet?
Gisela really wants to get... If there is a possibility to get Rosalind alone,
Oh, absolutely.
really wants to talk to her. The Coterie can be there, but just not Goratrix.
That's fair.
Yeah, Jill want to be there.
Jack
one night.
Find a distraction, but he can't be left alone with Goratrix. He'll tell Jill someone needs to be his self-control.
He'll tell Jill
One
to
night
die.
in this small, ostensibly nameless to the Sea of Time village that you guys stop in on the way there. Goratrix goes out to feed, and you find a moment.
And I assume everybody wants to be present for this.
Jill would like to be.
That's fine.
Jack would like to be. He's also worried about what Goratrix might be doing to Rosalind.
That's fair.
I assumed that Rosalind's in a quarters, a room of some kind. That's
A
where
covered
we're
wagon, more than likely.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Gisela's not
fancy.
just gonna just bust in. She will knock.
Combat nun kicking the door in.
As
I think-
Jill walks in.
I think Rosalind would have probably been talking to one of the students that she brought, like helping them with their studies, and then she'll stop and open the flap door. I don't know. And
It's a door.
The door? Okay. Open the door. Yes?
I am sorry to interrupt your teachings. Could we possibly have a moment alone to speak?
Of course. And she'll
Wait
step
for
out.
your student to leave.
The student stands. But just can I ask one more question quickly?
Yes.
What does it mean when the communication ritual doesn't work?
Oh, sweetie. Did yours not go through?
I reached out, and there unfortunately was no answer.
Out of character, I would know that means they're dead, right? Yeah. Just double checking.
Because even torpid communication with the kindred sire will work.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay. She'll put a hand on the student's cheek and say, I'm very sorry. I think they've met their final death.
You can see tears trying to brim before they do the thing you've done so many times in the face of emotion, Rosalind. You can see that she kind of bites the inside of her lower lip to focus on anything other than the emotion. She nods and leaves, allowing you all a moment.
Why am I, as a player, getting teary-eyed over this non-named NPC?
Sire's death.
Yeah.
Okay,
Sucks.
Jack. Because
Um,
Jack is just like watching the student go, making a mental note that they're not okay.
Yeah, Gisela will say, my clan also has a way of communicating with others, but it is not so refined as I am assuming yours is. Prince Rosalind.
Yes, ours is a ritual, but only one between two people.
Is that something that could be taught?
Technically.
What does technically mean?
It means that there may be a possibility of teaching, but it wouldn't happen.
Fine then, keep your secrets.
A trade secret.
Ah. Understood.
Prince Rosalind. I am... Long before I became a Cainite, it's the first time I got a vision from God. I was a little girl. I was 8. I knew that my father's secretary was stealing from him. Every time he walked by me, he made jingled noises as if coins were in his pocket. And I knew he was stealing from my father. In my whole life, up until the moment that I died, I've always known things that I should not have known. Because God has shown me things. I am blessed, chosen, touched to serve him. I know that wherever we are going, wherever we are taking this Goratrix, there's a choice that is going to have to be made. I would like to ask you exactly what he wants from you and what your sire expects from you.
Considering that we are on this journey, I believe that is the least we are owed.
And I believe that they are not aligned.
Boratrix would have me believe his side of the story, that he's not a traitor. My sire doesn't want me to believe a word out of his mouth.
Is that what he is accused of? Traitor to what?
Clan Tremere.
And he has betrayed them maliciously?
Can't go into detail.
Nochmal, one more time.
I can't go into detail.
Can't or won't, Rosalind.
I'm suspecting can't.
Further question is why can't?
I am sworn to secrecy for Tremere. We all are.
So what are you going to do, Rosalind?
My intention was to just hand him off to the party that Celestine has sent in Alcedes.
Do you remember what the Assamite in the crypt said? Called him a great magus.
Yes.
Jack, what did you say Octavio said? Said that the destruction of a holy land, destruction of a holy order, the destruction of a great magus.
Yes.
The downfall of a mighty magus.
Sometimes my words get mixed up. I apologize, Gisela.
It's alright. Mine too. These are all signs. Question is, should we try and prevent them? Are they supposed to come to pass? Should we ensure that they come to pass? Should we prevent them from passing or attempt to? What do you think, Rosalind? Because this decision is ultimately yours.
I can't. If Tremere is summoning him, I cannot go against that.
Is there a compulsion to that?
It's truly you can't.
Truly, I can't.
Truly, Rosalind, I would suggest that you speak to this Coterie. Allow him to believe that you believe what he says. See what he offers you in order to, because clearly he feels no such, or if he feels the compulsion, he has the ability to resist it. Otherwise, he would not need to be escorted.
You're
He
right.
would simply go. And you must decide whether you believe him or not.
I will also say as a point of order as the storyteller. Rosalind, Gratrix did tell you that he felt the compulsion and that he accepted your escort for safety's sake and because he knew that you were being compelled to do so.
Mm-hmm. Well, in the point of compulsion, I'm led to believe he would have gone anyway, but we're escorting him for safety. His words.
And you believe him?
As much as I can.
The Voivode want him really bad.
Jack's actually thinking about that.
So you said that you couldn't give up the secrets of the Tremere, but this is a favor to Vigos.
She'll grit her teeth.
I'm confused, Rosalind. What?
Yes. He's not supposed to know anything, and yet. I was
Oh,
going.
sorry.
Mm.
No, please.
Go
That
for
was
it.
going
I
to be a
apologize.
project of mine, finding out what Nika knows and why. But that's for the future.
Yes, there are many things for the future. And as you have admitted to us, you are bound to your clan in ways that we are not. And as much as we want to be there for you, assist you and help you as a Coterie should, and will to the extent that I can, I will give you a piece of advice. Your clan, unlike many other clans, are renowned in their abilities of manipulating the blood. I believe, were you really to search for it, you might find yourself able to break yourself of such bonds. And Gisela will leave the caravan.
Jill's not leaving just yet. Jill is going to... Is Jack still here too?
Jack's taking a moment.
Where are we taking him?
I'll say it's.
That is the truth then. Okay. She looks like she really wants to say something. And she's just going to look to Rosalind and then say, "You once asked me for the safe passage of Tremere within the pass. I never questioned it back then, but I must ask now. Why?"
A lot of clans don't like my clan.
I'm starting to see that. Is that it? Is that the honest truth? Nothing more than just guaranteeing the safety?
Yes.
She's gonna
Do
look
you
at
know
Jack.
why the Simis don't like the Tremere, Rosalind? At least these nights.
Yes.
Do you have any part in that?
No.
Is Scylla in danger?
Far as I know, no.
I will trust you as much as I can on that.
Very quickly. Rosalind,
Yes.
give me a very quick wits awareness.
That's terrifying.
That is
That's
terrifying.
very terrifying.
We're gonna go with the difficulty of 7.
Okay. Oh, I put points in awareness. Holy shit, 3 10s.
Oh my god.
Oh,
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Rosalind sees all.
Rosalind, your eyes catch Garatrix's ring that he left in here, and it is set with a bloodstone. You are now inimically aware that whatever was said in here, he can hear.
That's terrifying.
That's cool.
Dope.
Why are the Tremere so scary?
I'm asking myself the same
Pre
thing.
V5 Tremere are the scariest.
Mm-hmm. You know what? Let's just become undead. That sounds like a fun thing to do this weekend.
Yeah.
This weekend.
Strauss. All I have to say is Strauss.
Oh, Jesus.
On that, and she won't actually say anything on that, but she'll say, well, unless there's anything more.
Don't.
No, Rosalind. Not for now.
Jack kind of just looks at the ground. Leaves.
Jill's going to hesitate a moment. She looks like she wants to say something further to Rosalind, but she will just close her mouth, give a few nods. Prince Rosalind, and then
Prince Jill.
turn to leave. Tension.
Gortrix, of course, will return later. He says nothing to you about what transpired. He just walks in, picks up his ring, gives you a pointed look, slips it back on. Is there anything else that you guys would wish to accomplish on the road?
Other than looking out for any possible signs of notes from my scouts or any missives, not really.
None of that.
I don't expect.
Well, you
that, but, huh?
you all make it to Alsaditz then.
Yay.
The village is
Yay.
quaint. Your retainers make it. Everything's fine. It's a quaint village. As you roll up to the village, you see that about a quarter-mile outside the village, there are some men in the road. You see that one of them holds a banner with the Tremere coat of arms. Rosalind, you know a few of these men. You see a few of Etrius's ghouls. You see a few of Celestine's ghouls. You even see one of Tremere's personal ghouls.
Okay.
As your cavalcade approaches and stops, Gortrix looks to you. I suppose this is the end of our time together.
Suppose it is.
Let us leave with this then, Rosalind. What would you give to be truly immortal?
Not sure. And she'll stop. A lot.
Let us hope we can meet again. I know secrets that your sire is incapable of. And I see something in you. And you better hope they don't. Because once the council sees what I see, I suspect it won't be long until they summon you to trial as well. Gortrix steps out. You all can see this roadblock of Tremere ghouls. It's the one steps forward, the one you know to be Tremere's ghoul. whose name is Maximilian Saint Germain.
What a name.
So I see you have brought the traitor.
Yes, as promised.
And that's when you all feel it. The air grows thick, crackling with immense power. As Gortrix stops, his eyes go wide. He looks, he turns to run. As you watch, he turns, fleeing directly into a dark, looming figure that materializes from the shadow. As if from thin air. No more than a quadriplegic torso and a head. Figure bears a mouthless face, craning its neck to look around at each of you. Before the pallid face melts away. Dark-browed, piercing eyes, pallid in complexion. Though their features are composed, almost disinterested, whoever this is, their eyes burn with an intensity that cannot be calculated. A palpable nimbus of barely suppressed power crackles in the air. Rosalind, you're the only one close enough to Goratrix to hear it, or unless anyone would like to have heightened senses activated.
I do.
Acute senses.
Okay.
About it.
You would both hear, as Goratrix whispers, panicked fear in his voice under his breath. Come here.
Tremere?
You see every mortal, even the ghouls, as his eyes glance over them, fall into supplication and then unconsciousness. The horses, the men atop them, the ghouls. As he looks at each of you, I need you each to make a courage roll at a difficulty of 8.
Oh boy.
My,
Oh, wow.
it's just straight up courage, right?
Straight
Yep.
up. All right.
All 3
Yep,
dice.
that's 3 dice for
Yep.
me as well.
Yep. Don't fuck me.
Oh my god. Can I willpower this?
I'm gonna willpower this as well, if I can.
One.
It cannot be willpowered,
Well,
unfortunately.
did it matter anyway?
That is a fat 0.
That's also a 0.
0, 0, 1 for Jack, 2 for Gisela.
2 9. Oh, no, 1. Sorry.
I'm terrified in solidarity with you, Rosalind.
Everything's fine.
Jill and Rosalind, you find yourselves falling to your knees and burying your faces in the mud. Unable to even look upon him. Rosalind, as soon as he recognizes you in that moment, you do feel the compulsion fade a little bit. You still feel like being supplicated to him in this position is your best bet, but you don't feel forced into it.
Okay.
Jack and Gisela. You feel the initial compulsion, Do you follow that compulsion willingly or not?
We heard the word Tremere, yes.
Mhm.
Fuck no.
Gisela will get on her knees, but not like face in the dirt.
Yeah, no, that's definitely something Jill doesn't do normally at all.
The player's like, this is a smart decision to just kneel. The character's like, I'm gonna fucking kill you. It's fine. It's fine. This probably is a bad plan. It's all good.
As you resist, Jack, his eyes fall on you again. You hear a single word. Fool. As you are going to take 3 levels of aggravated damage. As your eyes melt out of your skull. Just scorching vitae pours down, losing your ability of sight. It's scorching deep furrows into your flesh. And I will give you one more opportunity. Are we acquiescing to the compulsion?
When the melting starts, Jack's probably gonna fall to his knees just because of the pain.
I can't move at all from this position, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Time begins to flow strangely. I think Gisela would probably be and Rosalind would be the only two really aware. As you feel the flow of time abjured in this moment. Or Tremere reaches down and gestures to Curatrix. Says, "Come with me." Curatrix stands and takes Tremere's hand, which materializes from the shadow. And Tremere cants his head to the sides. "Ask their price, Etrius. Pay them." Before time begins to flow as normal, compulsion disapparates. Do you each find yourselves able to stand?
Jill is slowly getting to her knees.
Rosalind, a hand is offered to you to stand. A hand you know well, gnarled, greasy as it is. The hand of Etrius reaches down.
He'll take it. So shakily, very shakily.
It is so good to see you, Rosalind, my dear.
The pleasure's all mine, Atris.
It looks like your friend has lost their eyes. An unfortunate bit of business.
Don't say anything.
Our liege lord has asked that a price be paid to you and your coterie. Name your price. You have done Clan Tremere a service which we shall not forget.
Oh, this for Luna. This is a big ass. Common sense feat. Go.
Hey, so, what exactly is the question you'd like to ask me with common sense? Like, what are you trying to get a vibe on?
I don't know what to like. This is a really, really big payment. The only thing I can think of is calling off the blood marriage, but that seems minute in comparison.
I mean, that does not seem very minute to me as a player who just learned what blood marriages actually are.
Girl,
That
dang.
that would
I
be
mean-
that would be a big ask, but it would be within your realm of maneuvering.
Call off the blood marriage between myself and Jiro or Pod. I will
Cheers,
forge an
friends.
alliance another way.
You weren't supposed to know about that, Rosalind, my dear. But such is the way of machinations. Someone always leaks. As you have asked it, so it shall be so. The rest of you, I assume you have some sort of price.
The dick. I have no idea, not a clue of anything. We didn't do very much. I feel like this is very much for Rosalind.
How much? What was the boon? Sorry, I lost it. Our dog needs a bath so bad.
Tremere said, ask their price and pay them.
Cool. Literally, it's after midnight for me. I got no brain for asking for a boon off the top of my head. Go, Az.
Major boon. Jack wants a major boon.
Actually, that's what I was about to ask as well.
Yeah, for later, because right now he is in immense pain.
Also,
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get an IOU.
Yeah.
Also, when
I didn't know that was an option.
when Jill sees Jack in pain, Jill's rushing over to Jack, and like
Jack's like standing up and like
hey,
trying.
right
to
Yeah,
here.
Gisela would have just been like, yeah, okay, fine, sure, major boon. I go over to Jack.
I'm right
Got
here.
lost their eyes.
Very well. Boons all around.
What about from Tremere?
You will not be getting a boon from Tremere. That is silly and beneath him.
No,
Silly.
the clan, not the.
Ah, the royal Tremere, as it were.
Bringing it back.
Curious. I will bring it to the council. Farewell, dearest Rosalind. I hope you come to dinner soon.
Farewell, Atreus.
Ta-ta! As a wreath of green flames swallow him up. And where we shall end this session, entitled The Templars' Treasure.
I loved your
Do we
voice
think
for them, by the
France get
way.
the Ark of the Covenant.
Is
Oh yeah, that. That's crazy.
Ark of the Covenant. We're talking about the Holy Grail. This is some powerful.
Oh my god, we're
Focusing
gonna
it-
take a road trip to Paris.
Oh my
think
god.
focusing in on the writing hand of Master Zelios. It says, the letter writes as such. Greetings, dearest Rosalind. I hope you have successfully concluded your business. Though I know that you look forward to resting after your journey, I must ask that you tell your dearest companion, Sister Gisela, that I have noticed that the weather has become more foul each day. The ground quakes, and I fear that our mountains shall tumble down if this does not soon cease. Please, head into the Bior Mountains, some miles north of your home city of Alba Iulia. There you'll find the fortress of Ventila Bassaran. Convince him to let you carve the runes upon it, which I have inscribed into the back of this letter. You shall know you have succeeded when the rains have ceased. I ask that you bring the rest of your coterie along as well, as who knows what dangers may find you upon the road. Zelios, Master Mason. And with that, we'll go ahead and reintroduce ourselves very quickly before we say our goodnights. Let's go ahead and start with Az.
Hello, I am normally muted. My name is Az, but today I was also Jack, the blind prince, who definitely is not going to call in that favor for his own purposes if it gets approved by the council. Fuck the Tremere. Except for
Fuck the
Rosalind.
Tremere, indeed. Fuck the Tremere, save for Rosalind. Now let's go ahead and go over to the wonderful Huddy.
Huddy's losing her voice. Hi, I'm Huddy. I'm playing Gisela tonight. No idea what she would want for the boon. That was scary. The end.
It was a little bit spooky there. Well, let's go ahead and go down to the wonderful Druid by Night.
Hello, I'm Luna, or Druid by Night. Tonight I've been playing Prince Rosalind Tremere, and you can find me at Druid by Night on all the social medias, including Twitch. And yeah.
And the Azure Butterfly.
Hi, I'm the Azure Butterfly, or Azure for short, or simply Rachel. I have been Prince Juliana Volstadt, aka Jill, and don't know what to ask for my boon either. Just worried about my fucking brother and his lost eyes right now.
Are they just lost or melted? Which leads me into being the final person to reintroduce himself. Hello, I am Avery. I am at Golden Gwydion on all of the social media platforms, and I promise I'll start streaming video games at some point. Thank you all for joining us here. That's us in a handbasket. And we'll see you next time.
And I promise to never stream.